Hey, what's happening, everyone? Been a while since I made a video. Just kind of taking a break from making videos. Still been doing work though. Actually got quite a bit done. I'll start to show that. So my Chama scene here. So here's the depot. I showed that in my last video. I started doing a bunch of small details, like I did these flower boxes. And then I added all these lights, which do actually illuminate. These were from eBay. And then they go down. I put some more in the parking lot area there. The other thing I built is the bathrooms at Chama. So this was just built from photos and Google Earth. I think it came out pretty good. I mean, it's pretty close to what's there now. Probably not 100%, but close enough. And then I just built there's a little shed that's right next to it. The other thing I did is my PBL. This is a hybrid K27, and it was a factory paint. And then I went ahead and just weathered it. I used Vallejo, an airbrush, and then some chalk and a few others to airbrush it or to weather it. Same way I did the other PBL brass engine that I have. The other thing that I've done is I bought a flanger kit. It's a Rio Grande Miniatures, and pretty much this whole thing. You kind of quasi call it scratch build, but there's just a couple castings like these ends, the truck bolsters, and a few other just small castings that they give you. Everything else I made, like the snowplow is actually laser cut styrene, and all this other stuff like this is laser board and all that, but came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. And then I've got the decals done on the derrick and the flat car. I built a bunch of these small little outhouses that are, it's like probably like a firehouse that's in Chama. I also built the Chama Coaling tower. This one took a bit. Again, it's kind of built all off of photos, some drawings, but I'm really happy with the way it came out. Put my own shingles, I made those. That's a mahogany veneer. But the whole thing is majority plywood. That's laser cut, the bottom too. And then I just used a regular stain and then airbrush weathered it. And then a lot of the small details, some are scratch built, and then like the coal door or the coal chute, it's actually a HO scale Tishi casting. And then these other two or three buildings, those are all in Chama, and just used a laser to make those. And then I made the coal where it actually drops down into when they offload it, and then the track just kind of dead ends right there. It normally would wrap around, but I have limited space here, so not able to do the full. Another kit I did was the water tower at Chama. So this is a V&T kit. This is cast urethane along with this roof. It's also cast urethane. The rest, they supply wood, and it's all just sticks. So I used the majority of the wood from the kit, like this bottom piece and then these legs. But the X bracing I actually cut on the laser. The concrete footings I actually cut on the laser, and then built all this off of the photos per Chama. The other thing I got were these two reefer cars. I believe they're 40-foot reefers, and they're PBL kits. And this is the other one I had. These were pre-painted, and then I just they're partially built. I got them off eBay. They're $20 a kit, which is really cheap when you are buying SN3 PBL stuff. But then they were partially built. The guy who built it seemed to do a pretty good job, so I finished it. One of the things like this was actually missing the hatch roof or the hatches, so I laser cut those out of laser board. And I mean, it's pretty close. And there's a few other small parts missing that I end up making myself. And then I weathered them using a wash. I ended up getting this stock car in a trade. I used to have a CNS stock car that was I don't know if it was an Overland kit that I built a while ago. And a buddy of mine who does another freelance road had this, wanted to trade. So, and this is a PBL ready to run. So I'm trying to do all Denver and Rio Grande, so it just worked out better. The other part is I actually got the loop done, so you can see that the track comes around and now connects over the lift out and then comes back around. And this is all this is the old part that's been around for a while. The other thing I built is the Cumbres depot. And I built this as the modern version, kind of the way it is today. So again, this is all laser board or plywood that I cut on the laser. As you can see. And this one actually has, if you go there in real life, it has fake windows, so they're plywood. So what I did was just, instead of putting glass in, I put chipboard behind. I just didn't want to do fake windows, even though that's prototypically correct. It just looked weird. I'd rather have actual windows. And then I scratch built this, the water crane or water whatever spout that's at Cumbres. I just looked at a few photos and then built this all. This is aluminum tube. And then some more aluminum tube and some fittings from a HO, I think a pipe kit from like a refinery. My lift out bridge, I kept this one really simple. My previous, in the HO scale, I had used these pins to do power, which worked fine. But I just didn't have the motivation to do it on this one. So this one, same as before, I used the PCB tie and then screw it down. That locks it in place. And then this is just a regular T. And what I did different on this one is I actually have these little whiskers. They're piano wire soldered there. So as this comes down, it makes contact and gives power to the layout. Probably wondering what this is. So this is because the door needs to open and I had to do a little notch there. I thought I had enough room, but turns out I don't. So this will get replaced with a clear plastic. I just need something because it's just so close to the edge and I'm freaked out, worried about stuff falling off. The standard gauge, I actually did a little bit of work. I put these in. I haven't glued or nailed them down. So this is new. And that section's new. I need to build a berm. I was going to do like a grass coming down off of that because that kit is designed to go basically inset or recess so that it's flush right here. You can see with the doors. And then this will be a flower beds down in there. And then this area I was looking at doing like a gas station. I just got to go and find I was going to do the Summit custom cuts here, like the Shell or the Walthers. I haven't decided yet. Other than that, as you see, I have my HON3 stuff here. I'm getting ready to start selling all that. Still have quite a bit left, like my K37. Don't know if I'm going to put them on eBay, because eBay's kind of a pain. I hate dealing with it, just because you don't know if you're ever somebody you're going to get is going to try and return it after they damaged it. So I'm looking to try and do some local sales. So if you're in California, in the Sacramento area, let me know if you want some HON3 stuff. I've got a whole bunch of it. Still got a bunch of passenger cars and freight cars, and then that whole MOW train. I know somebody has already spoken for this, and I'm trying to convince them to buy the rest here, so we'll see. Other than that, not much else. The other thing I did is I got a deal on 30 PBL kits. They're not built. Some of them are the older ones. And then also in that is a Railmaster C19. So that's another kit that you have to assemble. And hopefully, I was told it's the one where it already has the frame rail and the mechanism complete, which is huge. So hopefully I should be getting that Thursday. The guys already shipped it. So I got a good deal on that. So I got 30 kits. I don't know if I'm going to build them all, because that's a lot of cars, and I don't really have the room for it. So I may be selling them or building them and then selling them. So we'll see. One last thing I did. So on this engine would not pull anything. This is the PBL hybrid. It would just sit there and spin, and I thought it was a weight issue, everything else. It turns out the trailing truck here, let's see if I can get a pointer. So this block right here, the castings are a little too thick, and this thing kind of floats in there, so it'll ride up and hit on this block, and then it ends up lifting the drivers off the track. I'm sure this is completely random. There's only a handful of people that have these, but if you have it and you're having issues with pulling, take this block apart, file it down. I actually filed this upper casting. It is like a pewter pot metal type, and then now this thing pulls great. Like, it'll pull, probably 10, 12 cars, and I've got some grades on this. So anyways, so hopefully I'll get some more done here, maybe some more scenery, who knows. We'll just see how motivated I get. But I just want to give an update. Thanks for watching.